my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. Welcome to Not Perfect Zen, and welcome to Tile 9 of our Easy Zentangle Mosaic series. I'm excited. I'm grateful that I stuck with this. I've enjoyed it. I'm grateful for those of you who are doing this with me and for your comments. Always grateful for Zentangle and the relaxation and joy that I get from doing Zentangle. All right, so I decided I couldn't do this without doing two of my favorite patterns, which are Henna Drum and Diva Dance. And this is the template that we use. Before I forget though, I want to show you on one of these tiles that I did, there's the Z string. And I don't know if you've been following the well-being or being well series of videos that Maria Thomas has done on the Zentangle YouTube channel. But I decided to do that string and then try to fit in several of the variations of the pattern well that she did, and then I did a little bit of my own variation on top of that. Anyway, that was fun. I'm not going to use this in my mosaic, but I wanted to show you that. Okay, for those that are new to this, I mark the halfway point around the sides of a 3.5 inch tile. This happens to be one that I made. So it doesn't say Zentangle on the back, but I'm actually going to use this one for this class. So what I do next is I have a canning jar lid and I set it on there, and it happens to work really well for closing that gap. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Well, I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to make the Z part of the string that's going to come down from here through the middle of the tile, curve back down over here. So there's our Z string. For these tiles, I'll be using a Micron 01 in black, graphite pencil, a blending tool, whether it's one like that or that. And as you've already seen, you might see me using an eraser. Okay, so for Henna Drum, I loved that one the first time I saw it, and I've used it quite often over the years. So I just really wanted to put it in this. I'm going to go ahead and ink over my string. Okay. And I'm going to start with doing a little bit of Henna Drum down in this corner, or the flower off the Henna Drum pattern. I think a lot of people who do Zentangle call any type of flower similar to this Henna Drum, for lack of another name for it. And I always start in the middle and do a petal and come back up and do another one. I like a little bit of a wavy top. Okay. And you can see that I can still see the lettering, but that's going to disappear. Okay. And then just a couple of lines across here. And now I'm going to do it more like the actual step out shows. And that's a wavy line. And then you have other little spirals coming off of that. And that's where you put the little Henna Drum flowers. And there's several different ways you can do it. You can make this look like a heart. These are kind of spiky, and these are a little more like those. Anyway, lots of different ways that you can do it. Excuse me. So I'm going to start here. And just do a wavy line that comes back across here. Okay. And then off of this, I'm going to draw a little spiral. And then that's where I'm going to do my little Henna Drum flower. So just a little like half moon, and then an aura. And like I said, I like to start in the middle. And you can do little petals like this. And I just keep going until I get to my spiral. Now I'm going to go back and do it in this direction. Till I get to the spiral again. And then I'm just going to put a couple of little lines up. All right, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Let's put one on this side. And this time I'm going to make it look like a little heart. And then you can come back and fill this little section in. I hope I was staying on the screen or on the camera. Okay. Again, the little lines coming up. Don't need much. All right, let's do one over here. And this one, I'm going to do just a little bit of a wavy line at the top. And that's the way I do it the most. Okay. Come back to the other side. Put my little lines up the center. And for this one, let's actually put it on the vine, the main stem. I put this pattern into so many of the things I draw, especially if I am just putting together a lot of botanical patterns. That's very relaxing for me. Okay, I'm going to do this, what I did here, down in this corner. Remember deep, relaxing breaths. Relax your shoulders. There's no rush. You can pause this at any time. You can speed it up. Whatever works best for you. Okay. Let's see. What shall we do? Put a little spiral coming off here. A little wisp. I guess it's not really a spiral. Okay. Now I don't want to get it too extra full of these little flowers. But let's go ahead and put one here. Something that meets up with this other side. Make this your art. Add as many of these as you want, as large or small as you want. All right. Okay, so Henna Drum. And on this side, we're going to do Diva Dance. And this is one of my favorite fillers. This one's Diva Dance Rock and Roll. I don't remember. One of them is Diva Dance Foxtrot, and the other one, I don't know. But it's really easy. And we're going to start out similar to how we did the line across here. And I'm just going, let's zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just going to make a wavy line, not trying to make it perfectly anything. So going across there. And now I'm going to aura that. And the auras don't have to be exactly matching. So we had our first one, and we're going to put an aura on each side of that. Stop your pen if you have to move your hand to make it easier. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just add these little bumps, these little dark spots along the line. So on this outside aura, we're just going to add a few of these, and you can make them look like little rice kernels. You can make them look just like the aura is shaped, however you want to do it. And there's no worrying about how far apart they are or how close. Okay, so I'll go back and fill these in a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to add 2 auras. So this ends up going pretty fast. Because you're adding 2 auras each time. And I have done it in the past where I only added 1 aura and then started adding more of the little bumps. But I like it better this way. Okay, so I'm going to put an aura there and go ahead and put a little bump of darkness. Okay, I'm just going to randomly put some on this next one. And I tend to kind of want to put these in between where there's 2 other bumps. Again, you can vary the size. Okay, sorry if that was off the screen. Just adding bumps. So I added all of these on this side. Okay, kind of in between where those other ones were. Let's pretend that there's one going off the edge here. And now we're going to do an aura. Move your hand to keep your wrist and your arm comfortable. Okay, that one's going to go under that edge. Now I'm going to do another aura. And I'm not trying to be a perfect aura. We're looking for, think of it as an almost a lava flow. It's just constantly shifting and changing. I really enjoyed this for a meditative type drawing first thing in the morning. You can really get into it, which is the Zen part of Zentangle. And that's what I really loved about it when I first found it. Okay, here's our second aura. Now we're gonna put some more little dark areas, bumps. We're going to have this one go behind. Okay. We go in this direction. Add my 2 auras. So I actually did kind of practice this on a sheet of paper where I ended up trying out several patterns to see how they would fit in this Z string, and wasn't sure if Diva Dance was going to work, but after I finished it and looked at it, I really liked it. So I hope you do too. All right, there was our 2 auras. Have one go off the edge here. And where I see some white poking through, trying to fix that. So our 2 auras. Let's do one here. Do a little bit here. And then our auras. Okay, so I'm going to turn, and here was our first original lines. That one's kind of shaky, but it's okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing as I did over here, but I'm going to move in that direction. All right, I'm going to start by putting a little bit of a bump there. And here. And then filling in each one. Like I said, you can vary the size. They don't have to be exactly the same. I've got some fat ones on this row. Okay, I'll put a skinny one. Okay, here come our auras. First aura. Okay. Now our second aura. Start adding our bumps. Here's another one going off the tile. Hand is starting to hurt a little. I need to relax my grip. Relax your shoulders, take deep breaths. This one is a nice, slow, easy pattern. I like watching Rick Roberts do this. He's always so slow and deliberate in his drawing. Okay, one more aura. Okay, now we'll put our dark bumps. And sometimes if you find that your pen isn't working as well as it was just a few seconds ago, try twisting it just a little bit to get to a different side of the tip. I used to do that just automatically. When I lifted my pen, I would just flip it a little bit. But now I just do it when I notice that my pen is having problems. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here. That would have been an aura. 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and make that into a bump. And then come down here. For first aura. I can't see it anywhere else up here. So here's our second aura. And having that second aura each time really makes us go faster than the ways I've done it in the past, which was just one aura. First aura, second aura. Okay, first and second auras. Almost done. All right. So I will admit that I've never known how to shade Diva Dance. So the only thing I'm going to do on Diva Dance is put this shading. And this is the same as we've done on all of the tiles. And then I'm going to put it just right up the middle, right on this Z string. Okay. And then we're just going to soften it. It's okay if it goes up into the Diva Dance a little bit. I meant for it to be right on the line. And then pull some of that down into this area toward the corner of the tile. Okay. And then I'm going to go into this and bring it on both sides of that line, just like kind of like what we did here. Okay. Bring it into this part a little bit. That's what I'm doing. Just to kind of set those apart. Okay. Then on Diva Dance, I'm just going to put a little bit of shading right at the bottom of all of the petals. Very simple. And then same thing on this part of the arch, part of the circle that will be in our mosaic. And again, just soften that and then pull it softly toward that corner so that it, you don't have any kind of an obvious line. Just want the shading. And then on each of these flowers, just going to go in and soften that. All right, there it is. So I am going to, whoops, zoom out. And I bought a simple 12 by 12 frame. And I may need to lift this up higher. Move it over so you can see it. Okay, so this is just a plain black frame that I got from Michael's, and I just set my tiles on there. And probably what I'll do is get some of that tape, not tape, but it's sticky stuff that looks similar to my eraser, and put a little bit on the back of each one, and then I'll put the glass on top and hang it on the wall for a while. This has been fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know what I'm going to do next, but just find something that I think will make you happy, and I'll do it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that you stuck with me for these 9 tiles for this easy Zentangle Mosaic. I'd appreciate a cup of coffee if you are so inclined at the coffee.com link that's in the description. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye.